Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Cabral.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here today with our second Cabral HouseCall of the weekend. Hopefully you tuned in yesterday. A couple epic rants went on, and that does happen from time to time. Never plan it, never know when it's going to happen. But after it is all said and done, you always know where I stand. And it is always, no matter what's said, it is always in the best interest of our community and just really making sure that we cut through a lot of the chatter. No doubt about it. There's a lot of chatter out there in the health-based space. A lot of people trying to puff out their chest and make it seem like their protocol, their program, their diet, their whatever is the end all be all, and that every single human should follow it exactly as it is. And again, you know that there is a certain amount of bioindividuality to all of this, and we have to understand that not every person needs the exact same macronutrient as another, and so on and so forth. But let's get more specific today. You write in, you have questions for me on your wellness, your weight loss, your anti-aging. I'm actually opening up the document right now. We got to a bunch of questions yesterday. And today's show, that was 2122. If you want to follow along and read the questions for today's show, head on over to StephenCabral.com/2123. StephenCabral.com/2123. All right, let's get into it. So first question's from Nadia. Nadia says, Dear Dr. Cabral, thank you so much for all you do to help the community and for your very interesting podcast. I would like to ask if you could indicate me in which direction we could look regarding my dad's health. He's 62, 5'7", weighs less than 125 pounds. He's always been thin, even though he eats 3 times more than the rest of the family, but muscular. He now really just has skin on his bones, even though he still eats a lot and healthy. He goes to the bathroom at least once a day, sometimes after every meal, which is very good, and his blood work came back normal. He's been trying to gain weight for years, but he just gets more and more skinnier and is preoccupied. He is very active all day, always working around the house, in the garden, loves hiking and biking. A nutritionist told him years ago that it will be impossible for him to gain weight and that it's much easier for overweight people to lose weight. Do you have any advice on how my dad could get to a normal weight again, or what we should look at? Thanks so much for your time and your help. Have a great day. All right. Anytime a nutritionist tells you that it's impossible to lose weight or gain weight or do something with your body, just pay for your appointment with them, thank them for their time, and then be on your way and pay no attention to the advice they gave you. Because I'm sure they were well-meaning, but at the end of the day, they gave you really bad advice. And the reason is that there's a reason for everything. Your dad is 62 now. He's always been lean. He's always been muscular. Great, fantastic. But now he's becoming more catabolic. I have many podcasts on the catabolic nature of the body. After around 50 years old, 55, 60 years old, the body moves into more of that vata-based state. Harder to keep muscle on, right? Why? Well, the body it enters more into entropy. There's more inflammation. There's more of a catabolic nature. And oftentimes there's weaker absorption. So your dad may be eating very healthy, but he may not be getting enough calories. Okay. So lots of veggies and all these things is great. Not a lot of calories. I still recommend the majority be vegetables. So I'm not saying that, but just make sure that there's enough protein. Okay. Eat protein for your dad's height or so. How much protein should he be getting a day? Well, if he's doing 3 meals a day, he might need to do 4. Again, I can't. So first of all, let me just stop back. I'm not giving any medical advice, any treatment plans, or any protocols. But let's say that this was my dad and I saw his labs and I knew what was going on. Most likely an absorption problem. That's the issue. The gut's not functioning as it should. I would run the big 5 labs, or I would at least run the starter kit for the vitamins and minerals. Okay. I'd have him on the daily foundational protocol, level 1, and I would probably add the immunity protocol as well. He's 62 years old. The next thing I would do is I would make sure that he's getting 4 meals a day, each of them 3 to 4 hours apart. Smoothie for breakfast, add some oatmeal if you'd like, whatever lunch you choose to, smoothie in the afternoon, and then dinner at night. So 2 meals, basically liquid, easy to digest, and then he's moving around all day, nice little lunch, nice dinner at night, I'd get about 25 grams of protein per meal. And then I would work my carbohydrates and my, healthy fats around that. That's what I would do. I'd run the labs, get in 2 smoothies a day, and each meal, maybe the smoothies are 20 grams of protein and the lunch and dinner are 30 grams of protein. It's easy to get. It's about 6 ounces. That's it. 5 ounces actually, right? 5 ounces of fish or 5 ounces of whatever animal-based protein he would like. Or, they could do, it'd be tough to get that much in beans, but you can definitely get that much in beans and other things as well if you'd like. All right. So Nadia, there you have it. All right. And again, when I say absorption too, it could be candida overgrowth, could be SIBO, low stomach acid, low enzymes, etc. Aaron's up. Vitamin C, help. Okay, I was told only to take food-based vitamin C, but all the other is synthetic, depletes copper. So can you please clear this up for me? I really appreciate it. Yes, of course. Again, there's so much bad information in the health-based industry. I get it. I was an idealist one time too. We're going to do this all food-based. Okay, food-based vitamin C are often derivatives of, if you're lucky, sometimes they're lab created, but if you're lucky, because they say food, but what are they extracted from? All sorts of random things, sometimes even mold. Okay, but I won't go there. I like food-based vitamin C as well. We have a product called Full Spectrum Vitamin C, and it comes from acerola berries, and there's hesperidin, and there's hibiscus. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Take 2 of those a day, and you basically get 1 gram of vitamin C a day, 1,000 milligrams. So yes, please too, you get your food-based vitamin C. But at the same time, food-based vitamin C comes in healthy forms from citrus-based fruits for the most part. There's some herbs and different flowers as well. But what do those things have? Well, they typically contain lots of histamines, and people who need vitamin C the most for their adrenals and immune issues oftentimes have all sorts of histamine issues. So now you're putting more histamines in their body, and it drives their histamine levels crazy. So again, there's no one-for-all approach. If someone told you that, they're just in the beginning of their knowledge base of natural health, and that's okay. I was too back at 18 years old. I thought I knew it all at 18 years old. Now, many years later, I know I don't know it all, even though I've read, thousands of books and worked with hundreds of thousands of people. It just, there's so much, right? There's so much to this. So don't believe that ascorbic acid doesn't work. Ascorbic acid, believe it or not, is also an extract of a food-based as well. We use a non-GMO ascorbic acid, and it works great too. And it doesn't deplete copper, especially when you're using a daily nutritional support or daily activated multivitamin, which contains 1 milligram of copper as well. So again, you might say, well, I need 10 milligrams of copper. No, you don't. You need 1 to 2 milligrams or so of copper per day. So hopefully that's helpful. Ryan's up next. Hello, I have recently seen a somewhat controversial opinion on vitamin D3 supplementation and would like your opinion. Usually I'd gloss over something like this, but considering the high reputation of the source in the functional integrative space, I thought I'd get your valued opinion. Quote, D3 is not what they measure in a vitamin D test. They measure 25D. The problem is that they should be measuring 125D, and better yet, the ratio between the two. Supplementing D3 will raise your 25D levels, which shuts down your vitamin D receptors and innate immune system function. Supplementing D3 above what we naturally get in food will massively increase calcium absorption. In a hard drinking water world, that causes hypercalcemia, magnesium, and K deficiency. Okay. I get it. Totally understand. We just have a lot of misinformation out there. And whoever said this is not at the outside of the onion, as I say. They're deeper, closer to the middle. And a lot of these points are valued. They are valuable, but misguided, meaning that so we're looking at 120. I think actually the numbers they wrote were actually wrong. 25 hydroxy vitamin D measures vitamin D levels. 125 hydroxy vitamin D is not a direct correlate to vitamin D tissue stores. It's actually more a measure of parathyroid function with vitamin D in the immune system. And a lot of people use it specifically, I know specifically just from working with all sorts of different people in my practice on dialysis, they have kidney disease, they need to look at these specific things because of, just like you stated, hypercalcemia. The more vitamin D, or the body's holding on to, the more calcium could actually be pulled out of the bones, not even just not allowing for bone growth, but pulled out. But I've gone over this in my podcast before. I'm happy to talk about it again, Ryan. I've talked about this many times. When you are taking in a normal daily dose of vitamin D, somewhere around 35 IUs per pound of body weight, right? So it's not specific, right? It's more for the individual. Most adults need what? About 4,000 IUs of vitamin D per day. You're good to go. A lot of these studies which show hypercalcemia that I talked about years ago on my podcast are done with 100,000 IUs, are done with 250,000 IUs, are done with 300,000 IUs. Of course, that's going to draw calcium out into the arteries. That is unnatural. Vitamin D, and I just did a podcast on this called The Cofactors of Vitamin D, where I explained everything you're talking about. Let's see if I can find it right here for you. It's episode 2083. And I know you wrote in before that, so hopefully this is helpful. But magnesium, vitamin K2, calcium, magnesium, K2, vitamin D, they all work together. They work together to build the bone up, keep the calcium and minerals in the bone and not necessarily in the bloodstream. All of this is very easy to test, though. We test 25-hydroxy vitamin D on our stress, mood, and metabolism test. When you run your annual blood work, you'll look at calcium. You want to make sure calcium is not high, which, again, would lead to hypercalcemia. And you also want to use, that's why I don't believe in megadose nutritional supplements. I recommend in supplementing a healthy diet. Keep in mind, you will never get enough vitamin D from food in order to raise your vitamin D levels. Never. Vitamin D was meant to get it from the sun. But what if you live above Atlanta, Georgia in the United States? You'll never, and most people don't even go outside to get a tan. So you'll never raise your vitamin D levels. And we know just by looking at the pandemic that a full 95% of people that were in the hospital who died had low levels of vitamin D. We know this, right? So again, people love to make it all or nothing. They really do. This doctor or person, it's like, they try to scare people. I will never try to scare you. I give you the truth. They try to build a name for themselves maybe with this particular thing. I don't know. Again, they're probably phenomenal. They're probably brilliant. This is misinformation. Or it's positioned at least to scare people. A dose of vitamin D, low level, 35 IUs or less, and then testing your vitamin D is the perfect way to supplement, not mega doses, not even 10,000 or 20,000 once or twice a week. No, low doses, how you would typically get sun most days of the week. Hopefully that was helpful. And again, this could be pulled out from a much larger article. So the whole article might have been perfect. You're just pulling out 5 sentences. So again, I mean no disrespect to anybody who wrote this, because they could have been taking this in a different direction that I just don't know about. All right. Next up is, let's see, Jamie. Jamie says, "Hi, Dr. Cabral. Thank you for all you do. I've been listening for a very long time. I'll try to keep it short, as I did try to search if you had talked about this before, but couldn't find anything. I currently see a doctor who claims to be an integrative doctor local to me. I'm 33-year-old female. I weigh around 130 pounds. My symptoms have been thinning hair, nail fungus, zero libido, zero energy, PMS 2 weeks prior to menstruating. This has been for many years. Increase of stress the past 2 years due to job. He did lab work. Thyroid levels are low. Vitamin D low. He also told me that I should be taking progesterone, low energy. Long story short, I'm taking T3, T4, 15 micrograms daily, along with some fish oil, D complex, magnesium, more lab work recently for my IGF-1. All right, let's see what else is going on. My question is, being only 33 years old, no kids, am I going to harm myself in the long run by taking these hormones? Okay, so yeah, bottom line is they didn't do anything to fix the underlying root causes. So this person could be a functional medicine doctor, and a lot of medical doctors call themselves functional medicine doctors, but all they're doing is prescribing hormones. Like, this is what we see all the time in our practice. And sure, maybe you're doing the fish oil, the omega-3 support, and the B complex magnesium, which is great on your own, right? But no, I mean, 33 years old, what are we doing here, right? We need to say, yeah, you have low progesterone. Totally agree. If you ran the stress, mood, and metabolism test, we'd see estrogen dominance. I have so many shows on estrogen dominance. so many shows. I've got whiteboard videos. I have everything, right? Everything to do on how to correct estrogen dominance. I have an entire 4.5-hour online course for the general public at stephencabral.com/courses that goes through exactly how to fix female hormones, like exactly how to fix them. So I can't answer it in 2 minutes on this podcast show, but all of my podcasts, are free. If you want to invest just a little bit of money, I have a 4.5-hour course that goes through all of these things step by step. If you want to run a lab with our practice, we'll explain the exact results to you. We'll work on the underlying root causes. So that's what I would look at. I would run the big 5 in an ideal world, but if not, at least the stress, mood, and metabolism. And if not, go through all of my free podcasts. Let's even see if I can get you the link because I do want to help you. So stephencabral.com/podcast, of course, but let's find the one on hormones. All right. It is called Rebalance Your Hormones. The exact link is stephencabral.com/topic/hormones. And you'll be able to scroll through all of those and find out the ones on how not to overfast and shut down your thyroid and progesterone. There are so many ones on female hormone rebalancing meals. So that's basically it. How to clear estrogen from your liver, xenoestrogens, 4 ways heavy metals disrupt your hormones, the main causes for women's hair loss, which is different than men, overcoming fatigue, brain fog, and low mood. Do you feel swollen, puffy, inflamed, or holding water weight? How to lower cortisol and stress naturally. These are all free, all completely free. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, let's do another question or two. Leah is up next. Big thanks to you and the team for all the information you put out. If you must get the vaccine, we won't say the word before it, and it is not your preference to do so, can you detox from it? If so, how? Okay, answered this question before. I really have to be careful around this topic. If you want this podcast to be banned everywhere, then I would start talking about this one topic. Most people know how I feel about this topic. I don't need to come out there and necessarily say it. I am here to support every individual on this planet who wants to get well, heal, and just try to do the right thing for them. So whether you end up getting the vaccine or not getting the vaccine, I am here to support you. If you want to do something to improve the overall immune system and detox the body in general, I'm not applying it to this particular vaccine. What I am saying is this. You would take the daily foundational protocol, level 2 or level 3. You would take the immunity protocol. You would do a functional medicine detox. You would do infrared sauna or regular sauna, especially within a week or two around that. Then you would also do a heavy metal detox. That is what I would do. Again, I'm not saying anything positive. I'm not saying anything negative. I have absolutely no opinion whatsoever. I'm just trying to help people and support people. All right. Thanks, Leah. Andrea is up next. My 9-year-old daughter started menstruating this month. She has already taken a daily multivitamin and what other supplement would you advise her growing body would need to better support her during this age? Yeah, that's a great question. So it's mainly food-based. It really is. So I'm recommending that she get enough protein. A lot of young women, 9-year-olds included, do not get enough protein. They just don't. So what we're looking at for a child is about half that body weight in protein per day. Let's say they weigh, I don't know how much your 9-year-old daughter weighs, but I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Let's say it's 70 pounds. Okay. So she wants to get at least 35, 40 grams of protein a day. Shouldn't be difficult to get, right? 3 meals a day, 10 to 12 grams of protein at each meal. It's just oftentimes a lot of these are carbohydrate based or even more fat based, and they just don't get enough good, clean protein. I would recommend, again, the 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, especially if she's active. We can get some more healthy fruit in there. Healthy fats, if she doesn't like fish, I would definitely start using just even a little bit, maybe half a teaspoon of the liquid omega-3 support or 1 soft gel per day. She's 9 years old, so it really depends on weight because she's probably not going to be using 4 of the daily multivitamin because that's meant for an adult. So she might just be using 2 capsules a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch. What else can I say? Well, I mean, there's always the daily fruit and vegetable blend, which can be great. A little No, that's about it. I mean, that's what it should be. Unless there's a specific issue, you keep it basic with kids. You keep them healthy. You get those good nutrients into their body, and you get them eating good food and supporting them. So yeah, that's what I recommend. All right. Great questions. What a week. So thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you. Thank you so much again for your support, your reviews, all of your shares. Always, of course, please do feel free to share the show. And tomorrow I will be back with our new and latest Mindset and Motivation Monday. Thank you so much. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for tuning into today's show. It means the world to me. You know that. I appreciate your support. And as a member of our community, I wanted to let you know that, believe it or not, the holidays are already here. One of my favorite times of the year. I'd love to be able to celebrate it with our community, with friends, with family. I hope you do as well. One of the things that we do, though, over at EcoLife, once a year, we offer our annual holiday sale. This is savings of up to 25% off our already everyday low prices. That means you can save hundreds of dollars on your favorite at-home lab test, your favorite protocol, whether it be a heavy metal detox, functional medicine detox, CBO protocol, you name it, it is going to be up to 25% off. Plus, you can pick up and stock up on your favorite nutritional supplements. Going on right now over at EcoLife, the link to head on over there is stevencabral.com/shop. And when you are over there checking out all of the deals, make sure you sign up for the SMS text. Here's why. We're going to be doing special pop-up offers for the next week on SMS text. That means you're going to get exclusive deals when you're signed up as part of our SMS text community. Head on over to stevencabral.com/shop. Check out all the deals, savings of up to 25% off, and also head on over and grab that spot on the SMS text list to save on all those special pop-up offers. Take care. Enjoy the start to the holiday season.